Good morning. It's 10 o'clock and we are filming this morning, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning to all of you. My name is Belinda Saldana and I'm the Director of Community Outreach at UTSA. I know I've probably talked with all of you or most of you before, but just in case there's anyone new, welcome to our C Squared for Life session, College and Career Readiness for Life, being hosted at Region 20. We're very thankful that Jeff Goldhorn and all the folks over at Region 20, Ron Dennis, have been able to help us be here today. I know that we have Harlandale having a few issues with technology this morning. I don't know if they're with us yet. Northside, you're with us this morning, right?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, great. Good to see you guys. And we're going to go ahead and get started and adjust our schedule just a little bit because our guest speaker is on her way and we have some other topics to discuss as well. I do want to remind you about, for those of you that are this is your first session, I do want to remind you about our purpose here today and what C Squared for Life is all about, as I try to do each time. And this grew out of a comment that the districts have wonderful college and career readiness staff and counselors already. You all are having meetings on a regular basis at your own campuses, but sometimes what doesn't happen is a common conversation. And so what we thought we would do is create a community conversation, if you would, where we are all talking in the three districts about the same topics on a monthly basis. As you may know, at the same time, at the UTSA downtown campus, we are offering a session, Saturday education session for parents and students that also follow the same topics, the same line of topics as we discuss here. And so while you were learning about foster youth or financial aid or the benefits for military folks, the students and parents are learning the same information, sometimes in a different format where they may not only hear from experts, but also from parents who have used the benefit or who have actually gone through the experience. So we hope that by doing this, we're creating a community conversation. As I mentioned as well, we want you all to feel free to ask questions or share information. I know that Irene brought some wonderful posters that she's handing out today, and I'm going to hold them up in a little bit because what we've done is we've actually changed the schedule a little bit. Today, we were supposed to be talking about counselors or having counselors present and have a panel of expertise. What we learned, though, is that our May session, our College Week session, actually needed to be moved. Last year, College Week happened, if you recall, in May. And we were going to have our session at the very beginning of May so everybody would have the information. But we learned that it's going to happen in April. And we didn't want you all to miss all the great information and things that you could be doing at your campus or things you could encourage your students and parents to do. So we switched things around so that you all would have the information ahead of time. And so that's why the change. But I will be calling on some of you counselors to help with our session next month. And I think it would be a great opportunity at that time that if you do have resources that are working well on your campus, like these beautiful posters that Irene brought, that you share those when we do that. And I am going to invite some counselors from the different districts to be here with us and presenting to all of the colleagues. I want to introduce one of our guests who's already here this morning, and that is my colleague, Daryl Balderrama. I'm going to bring him up because he's here at the front panel, and we're going to have our guest up here this morning. He's in the office of P20 Initiatives, and one of the things that is happening very soon at the end of the month, and those of you that have been coming to our sessions, and Daryl, I'm going to ask you to come right over this way. Those of you that have been coming to our sessions already received this via email when you were out at spring break. And so I wanted Daryl to talk a little bit about this exciting program that's happening called Ready to Lead, happening on March 30th. And so I'm going to let him talk to you about that.
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. It's really exciting to see so many faces here this morning. Like Belinda mentioned, we do have several exciting programs that we would love for you guys to take back to your campuses and to your students. And one of them that's coming up next weekend on March 31st, Saturday, March 31st, we are co-sponsoring an event with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute. Some of you may have been bombarded by the emails that I've been sending, so I apologize if you've gotten that more than once, but it is a really exciting program for students. One of the neat things is we're going to be talking about college readiness, financial aid. We're also going to be touching on really important issue of student leadership. This event has been designed for 9th and 10th grade students. However, we are encouraging all high school students to take advantage of this event. Students will be given free breakfast and free lunch on that day. They also are bringing some very, very dynamic speakers down from Washington, D.C. And we've also been notified that Congressman Charlie Gonzalez will also be one of our keynote speakers who will be addressing the students on that day. Of course, all of this is free and at the UTSA downtown campus, and we are encouraging all of your students to take part in this really neat event. There is, I don't know if we can pull up the flyer, that way you guys can see. This is the flyer, and they're calling this Ready to Lead, and we're really looking to, there's three main points here, is to motivate students, to educate students, and empower students. Pretty much everything that you guys are looking for your own students, and we really do want to make sure that you guys encourage them as much as possible. Now, the really important piece is that there is a release form, and I've sent that in an email form, and I can resend that out to each and every one of you if you need it, that we will need students to bring the day of. Now, I've gotten some questions, and I see Mr. Segura in the back there, about chaperones. We will have plenty of staffing available, so the students are able to come by themselves. If parents want to drop them off, we will have plenty of staff to make sure that the students are safe and sound. It will start promptly at 8 a.m. and end at 3:30, and it's kind of a conference style, so there will be different breakout sessions and workshops that the students will be able to choose from and attend, all related to these three: motivate, educate, and empower goals. As you can see, there's a college ready track, there is a networking track, and then the leadership skills. And in between is when the congressman will be joining the students. So it really, really is a neat opportunity, and we do hope that you encourage your students, make some announcements. We've given all of this information to all of our Advice Texas folks, all of our Collegiate G-Force folks, so you probably are being saturated with it. My only concern was because this fell right before spring break. Sometimes students forget. So we're going to be trying really, really aggressively to promote this event within the rest of this week and early next week. There is also some contact information. Should you have more questions, you can always contact me in our office, or you can feel free to contact Ms. Pam Cervera, who is located out of DC, and they will all be here on hand to make sure that we've got a very, very exciting event. So that's happening next Saturday. Are there any questions on this particular event?
Daryl, I have a question.
Sure.
Recently you mentioned, we know that the program is available to 9th and 10th graders, but you mentioned that it is appropriate for all grade levels. So is this open to all grade levels?
It's open to all high school students. All high school students.
So if they're in high school, they can register?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful.
The other program that I wanted to highlight, which is coming up in the next couple of weeks as well, is a program that's happening again at the UTSA downtown campus, and this is being sponsored by the Visitor Center, and you may have already heard of it. It's called Destination UTSA Downtown, and what this program is, it's on April the 13th. What this program is doing is it's highlighting some of the programs at the downtown campus. Sometimes people forget that the downtown campus is there, and what colleges exist on the downtown campus. And right now we've got the College of Public Policy and also the College of Architecture. And those are the two tracks that they're going to be highlighting on April 13th. The really neat thing about this program is that students that are interested in public policy are going to get an opportunity to tour the forensics lab. They're going to be opening that up to potential high school and prospective high school students. The other neat portion about this program is that the College of Architecture is going to be opening up the studios for students that are interested in the College of Architecture. So students will get a first-hand tour of the facilities on our campus. They'll get a chance to meet with faculty. They're also going to get an opportunity to work with current students who are in these particular colleges. So this is a really, really neat event. If you do have more questions or would require more information, you can always contact the Visitor Center on our campus, and that number is 458-2000. Very, very easy number. It's 458-2000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send all this information over to Belinda, and I believe she's got all of your contact information, and we can send that out to you so that you can send that back out to your students. We get an awful lot of students that want more information about College of Architecture, so this is a really, really great opportunity for them to come and visit the campus and tour the facilities. So,
thank you. I also want to remind you all about Student Aid Saturdays. How many of you have volunteered or been sending your students out to Student Aid Saturdays? Y'all been doing that? Ms. Breyer, have you been doing that over at Northside?
Yeah, we've been referring students out to the Saturday events.
Wonderful. Well, if they're not over yet, I want to just remind you that you can encourage your students and families to visit Student Aid Saturdays. In April, the Student Aid Saturdays are happening at Café College, and they're April 7th, 14th, and 28th. And you can visit the website, studentaidsa.org. And also, I know that a lot of the students at UTSA, the G4 students, have been helping with that event. So it's been wonderful. We just want to remind you about the statistic. I know numbers are just numbers, but sometimes if you're data collection folks and the numbers often speak volumes, and that is that 90% of students that fill out financial aid applications tend to go on to college. So that's a great number, and let's help encourage that. Also want to remind you about the Nippy Bets session that we're having on Saturday, and that is let me open this up here just a second. I'm getting a little better at this technology, but I still haven't mastered it yet. Let's see here. This one? All right, well, I think you can see that. There we go. Thank you. On Saturday, we're having our next parent-student workshop. It's Saturday, March 4th at the UTSA downtown campus. Again, the sessions are 9 to 10:30 a.m. Have any of you been to one of these Saturday sessions? I know that we've had counselors come out from Pearsall, Alamo Heights, from all over to these sessions. And if you know Nippy Betts, he's always encouraging folks to get there early. In fact, I'll quote him. He says, to be on time is late, and early is on time. And so when folks are sitting there in their seats and it's 9 o'clock, sometimes he'll toss money up in the air. And believe me, folks arrive early the next session. But this Saturday, it's March 24th, 9 to 10:30 a.m. at our UTSA downtown campus. And there we will be staying on track with the session. It'll be counselors will be presenting to the parents and students. And of course, we'll be giving out the information that we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask our panelists to come on up to the front here. And Madi, if you come on up and join us right here. And we're going to switch over to our session. So if you'll have us right there, and then we'll bring you up. So as I mentioned this morning, we switched our schedule a little bit. And Harlandale, when you're able to join us, please let us know that you've been able to join us again. We know they're having some issues at Harlandale with technology, but we are glad to have SAISD with us this morning, and also to have NISD with us. And thanks to Roxanne Rosales and to Samantha Gallegos and Denise Wilkinson, who are the liaisons with these districts, who are doing a wonderful job with helping us to stay on track. So we are going to talk this morning about the College Week that is coming up, and I saw some great posters, and the really exciting thing, I don't want to steal her thunder, but there's a new medal being unveiled, and so we're excited to learn more about that, a new Fiesta medal. And so I'm going to introduce Madi Aguirre Rodriguez, who's with GenTX, and since you have a new Prezi presentation, I'm going to ask you to come on up here, and then we will go ahead and let you do that right up here. And we'll open up that Prezi presentation. There you go. All right. Thank you. And thank you for being here this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, so College Week is April 16th through the 22nd this year. It's the second annual event that we have held. Last year, you may remember that people had opportunity to join in by wearing their college t-shirt. We had a college signing day for seniors. So we've added on top of that, getting a lot of feedback from superintendents, from community members, from parents, and from students. So here are the things you can sort of see now. I guess they can see this, right?
Yes, they
Okay,
would be
great.
reaching in and just
Great. No, that's great. So this is the flyer that Belinda was talking about. And so we've actually rebranded College Week, and it's now called Destination College. The kids really like the idea of the luggage. You know, it's sort of that metaphorical idea of you're on your way, you're on your journey. And you'll see that every little green box here, and I'm going to take you through them, has a different feel. And so the very first day is this Destination College kickoff. So we're having a press conference at Café College on Monday the 16th, and that's where the mayor will unveil his medal. So he has chosen to make his Fiesta medal this year about college-going culture.
That is exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's really exciting. So we're really grateful to him for unveiling this and making this a big deal, elevating the conversation to be less about the party, more about what's the real impact going on, because as we all know, April 1st is such a huge moment in so many students' lives. So we're really trying to get that going and making sure that people understand they're keeping that abreast and whatnot. So we'll do the kickoff, and then the next event is immediately right after that, and it is the CEO for Cities CEO coming into town. I know that's a mouthful. So Lee Fisher is the CEO of CEOs for Cities, and he is coming into town to convene a conversation called the Talent Dividend. CEOs for Cities is a really incredible thought leadership-based organization, and what they have done is they've created a prize in the U.S. that says if we can raise any American city who can raise their graduation rate by 1% gets $1 million. So obviously that's a pretty big deal. And he's coming to San Antonio to A, talk about that, and B, also talk about what is a talent dividend conversation looking like nationwide. So he's going to come in and give us a great perspective, tying it into SA 2020, the conversation that we're all having around what makes a great and vibrant city. So we're all really excited to hear what Lee has to say, and he's well-known, very charismatic speaker, so please let me know if you're interested in attending. We also got lots of feedback about elementary. Everyone said to us, what about preparation for elementary students, and what about preparation for middle school students? So we heard you loud and clear. So that Tuesday night, so Monday we have the kickoff, we have the community conversation around talent dividend. Tuesday we go right into an elementary school night, which is really exciting to think about. We're going to have sessions going on around what is the academic preparation that you can be doing for second graders, for fifth graders, but also how can I begin saving for college? So there'll be two sessions, sort of two walks of life, the academic piece and then the savings piece. The final piece will be, and we're really excited about this, we're gathering all the summer providers, we call them now out of school time providers, in one space. So parents can at that point sign their child up for a Y program, for SAC, for Girl Scouts, whatever it is, they can sign up. They can also find out if there are scholarships available. So it's a really great night. I see a couple of you guys looking at each other going like, yes, this is great, because we wanted to make sure while parents are there learning about academics and savings, they also are saying, what am I going to do to not have that summer slide occur for my child? What great activities are going on? So if you think about that, it starts at 6 o'clock. We'll have snacks. We're going to have the Magic Theater kick off the night by doing a small performance to get the parents and the kids excited. We're trying to do Schoolhouse Rock.
So it's for kids as well.
It's for kids as well. Yeah, so we're going to have little breakout sessions for the students as well, which is exciting because we're thinking, what are we going to do with that? But we're figuring that out. Middle school is the same exact thing, actually. So we're going to have Radio Disney, though. And so Radio Disney will entertain the kids, and then they'll go into some sessions. The parents will go, what is, academic preparation for my seventh grader? But what is also the things that I can be doing to save? Are there IDAs? Are there state funds that I can be feeding into? And same thing, school providers also.
Okay, I think Harlandale has just joined us. Harlandale,
Yay!
let's see. Harlandale, have you joined us?
Yes.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here, and we are in the middle of discussing we're in the middle of discussing our college week, and we have Madi Aguirre Rodriguez with us and Daryl Balderrama with us as well. The great thing is that we'll also be talking about the website where you can find all this information, but we're going to go ahead and continue. And again, so glad you all are with us.
Monty, can you start all over?
I know that, Samantha. Actually, what I will do is I'll go really quickly. This is the, you can now see the PC presentation where you look at the actual folder, Salmon Group, where you get a sense of, we've now broken down each day. So I'll take you just really quick, if you guys indulge Harlandale really quickly. The first day, the mayor's kicking off with a press conference at Café College at 9 a.m. He's making his medal this year about college, so it will be a college-going culture medal. Immediately after that will be a conversation with Lee Fisher, who's the CEO for City CEO, around the talent dividend, and that is at 10 a.m. and SA 2020 and P16 Council are hosting that conversation. And then Tuesday night, most importantly, I was just sharing with everyone, is elementary school night at Café College, 6 o'clock. Magic Theater will be there to entertain the kids and kick off the night, and then immediately after that, parents can go into workshops with their child to learn about the academic preparation that they can begin to proceed and to follow and to build for their kids, but also the savings, the money financial issue of college preparation elementary, and also all out-of-school time providers will be at Café College signing up parents, families, kids for summer activities. YMCA, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, you name it, all of those folks are going to be there signing their kids up. There'll also be scholarship opportunities available for families who need those dollars to sort of supplement the high cost of summer activities. So I was on Wednesday just catching everyone up that Wednesday, Radio Disney will be at Café College, same time, 6 o'clock. We'll have snacks and other stuff there for the kids. And same thing, academic preparation workshops, financial aid preparation workshops, and then out of school time providers signing up families and parents for summer activities. So you're now caught up, and I'm getting ready to go into, on Wednesday night, the same night as middle school night, we're having an event for high school students, and I'm so excited about this, I seriously cannot even contain it. My board was really excited about this last night. We're hosting a film called First Generation, and it's about 4 first-generation college students from all across America, and a documentary filmmaker followed these 4 students as they went through their first year of college. And it was so interesting to watch their journey. If you Google it, you will find a lot of buzz about this. It's gotten a lot of buzz from the big film festivals that are in Aspen and places like that. And so we heard about it and frankly reached out to them on Twitter because we saw them a lot of activity, and they have been wanting to come to Texas. So they're coming to Texas this night, the 18th of April. The Alamo Draft House is hosting it all for free. So high school kids can come watch this. We will probably be reaching out to you through your San Antonio Youth Commissioner. I know we have one at Harlandale, and we have several within San Antonio ISD who will host families. Anyone who really wants to watch this movie, the great part is you'll get to watch the movie, and then we're hosting a panel with the directors. So we're actually flying the directors in to talk about what the experience was like, the things that they've learned, but I also want them to talk a little bit about their career and how that relates to thinking about, this is a real career, being a filmmaker. This man has an MFA from UCLA, and I want him to talk further about that, his path to that, and the fact that he was a first-generation college student himself. So it's going to be a really great night. Sort of the red carpet's being rolled out for these directors. We're very, very excited to host them and to host this movie for free for the community to watch. We have capacity for 150, but the Draft House just came back to us and said if our numbers go higher, they have the ability to host 250 students and families. So keep that in mind, and if you really say, hey, I know for sure that either A, I want to go, and I want some students that I want to bring, like Gear Up. I'm thinking Roxanne and Sam, if you want some Gear Up students to go, let us know because we'll block seats now for them. And if you've got some kids from your summer camp sterile, let us know now because I'm worried about the first come basis kind of thing. So that's at the Draft House Park North, 7 o'clock on that Wednesday. And then the next day is Thursday, and we got a lot of feedback from superintendents that they would prefer if we did college signing day on a weeknight. It was easier for families, was the feedback we got. So we've moved it, and we've moved it also to Freeman Coliseum. I just felt like AT&T Center was so large, and it's so hard to make it seem intimate. And this is such an intimate moment. So pretty much what it is seniors get up and stand up in front of all of us wearing their college t-shirt or maybe UTSA, it could be A&M, and say, I'm Maria Aguirre and I'm going to UTSA, and we clap and cheer for that individual. They walk off the stage and sign a commitment letter that says that they'll agree to graduate in 4 years, really trying to work on that 4-year graduation rate. We know it's difficult, but we really want kids to begin to think like that. And so they sign a commitment letter. This is the mayor's event. He hosts this. He loves this event. And so we're doing it at Freeman. Starts at 6 o'clock. We'll roughly end at 8:30. We'd love to have, we had 272 seniors last year. I would love to have 1,000 seniors this year come. And, we graduate 15,000, so 1,000 seniors is not hard to think about. So we're actually, Dr. Folks is going to follow up with all of your superintendents to really push the idea of transporting families and kids. He's committed to doing that from Northside. He says he's bringing 500 people. I'm a little scared about that already because I'm like, that's only like 0.5% of Northside. That scares me. So please, we're really asking, please transport, but also push this to kids because it's a great celebration for them. They'll immediately walk off after having signed a commitment letter and get to hold a cool sign that said, I just signed with UTSA, and their parents can come down and take a picture in front of our media walls for that. So we try to make it a really fun, festive event. We'll have the DJs, we'll have the media walls where the kids can walk the red carpet, because they are celebrities. This is a special moment in their life, and we, as a city, want to honor them. So that's Thursday, the 19th at Freeman Coliseum. And then my favorite event personally is Friday, College T-shirt Day, because everyone does it differently. And so what we are asking everyone to do is wear a college T-shirt that day. It's a fun day, and we want businesses, corporations, school districts, every child to wear a college T-shirt that day. If you are in need of college T-shirts and you know that you need them, you also need to reach out to us because we've had some four-year institutions give us grants of T-shirts in preparation for this day. So please just let me know if you're saying, hey, I know that our entire school would like to do this. Just keep me in mind. And then the big day is on Saturday, the 21st, and we're hosting it at the main campus at UTSA this year. Starts at 8 a.m., ends at 2. And it is a Destination College Summit. And so what will happen in the morning is we're hosting a fun kickoff for the kids. Registration is from 8 to 9. 9 o'clock is the actual event kickoff, and the kids get excited about their future. It's targeting sophomores and juniors. So we're really wanting to target sophomores and juniors, and they'll go into workshops most of the day learning about SAT, ACT preparation, what kind of classes they can expect in college, what kind of questions they should be asking their counselors. So we've got lots of sessions. What we've done, because we got lots of feedback from superintendents that we used to have 4 big events, we've combined all of them. And so now it was, you guys probably used to know it as the Road to Success. So the Road to Success, Generation Texas, Rock Your Future, and the San Antonio Youth Commission Youth Summit have all come together. So they will no longer be 3 separate events. They are now going to be one event going forth. So the youth commissioners are actually hosting an entire workshop session. So they'll have ongoing things that the kids can register for in the morning. They'll look at the sessions, they'll be able to register and go to the sessions that they feel are most helpful for them and whatnot. We're hoping we have the capacity to host 2,000 students. So we'll take them all. I mean, really, at this point, it's about transportation and making sure everyone knows about this event. UTSA main campus on the 21st starts at 8 a.m., ends at 2. They'll go through workshops till about lunchtime, and from lunchtime till 2 p.m., they'll enjoy a Battle of the Bands. So we'll really end with a very kind of pep rally feel, excitement. Those of you who went to our Rock Your Future sort of know what we're talking about, very, kind of fun and a competition. Making a lot of academic style games and stuff like that. So that's the summit. And then the very last day, which means I'm going to pass out on that day because I will be exhausted from that point, is National Youth Day of Service. And that is a national event that goes on all throughout the country. And it's an opportunity. We're going to do a project in every city council district. So you do the math, that's pretty insane. But we're hoping to have 350 kids, high school kids, go out and transform community centers, libraries, nonprofits. Nonprofits today are applying. A school district can also apply for a grant, and the kids then select the grants, and then they'll work on those. It could be painting, it could be graffiti abatement, it could be picking up the school parking lot. But we're looking for great projects. So if you go to our website, you can find that application. It's gentexsa.org. So if you're looking for a project and it's in a certain school district, or if you have a higher ed project that you want kids to work on, it could be cleaning the ghost center, whatever it is, we want kids to be engaged into this. So that will be the last day, and that's all day. We'll have a kickoff at Café College and then bus out from there. So as I said, there's a ton of events, as you can see, and the key partners to remember in this are the San Antonio Education Partnership, who runs Café College, Generation Texas San Antonio, the Mayor's Office, SA 2020, and the final is the San Antonio Youth Commission, which is really rebranded, and if you don't know, is a council commission appointed by 2 seats by every council district, so every council member and the mayor appoints them. And the mayor has asked Generation Texas San Antonio to take over that commission and really help get them convened. So they're doing an incredible job. Some of the brightest kids I meet, they go to all of your schools. So it's kind of the best part of my job. And we have a website now live. It's on there. There's a QR code if you're looking at the flyer. It says iknowwhereimgoing.com. And that's a huge piece of this that we've heard. It's a very inspirational mantra. Like, I know where I'm going. I'm going to college. I'm going to a career, and I'm prepared. So we're really playing. You can see the luggage. We're really going to take it the whole way going forth. You're going to, on the actual day of, we're giving everyone passports. You'll have many luggages. We're hiring stewardesses to work the event, so it'll have this very, like, you're on an airplane taking off, your future is very bright kind of thing. So we're, at GenTX, we love concepts and themes, so we're going all in with it. We're even getting peanuts from Southwest Airlines.
Oh, wow.
We're ridiculous.
Okay.
So I know that was a lot of information. Does anybody have any questions? God, I feel like I asked a million.
You mentioned a lot. Why don't we come over to the panel for just a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and move this over because there may be an opportunity, folks may have some questions. And let's see here. I want to just also highlight the posters that you brought. You brought some great posters, some big ones and some small ones. And folks can get their hands on these by contacting you.
All of your high schools should have a kit today. So every single high school got one on Monday. We also have extras, huge kits. We're happy to deliver them. Just give me your card and I'll have them dropped out to you this week.
And I know that there may be some questions, and also what I want to hear from you all is what are some of the things you talked about, T-shirt day and everyone doing it a little different. Daryl, I know the G4 students, some of the college students may be helping at some of the different events like they did at the Rock Your Future event last year. So let's talk a little bit about some of that, what's going to be going on, and also you all at Harlandale, Northside, SEIC, feel free to share some of the activities that you will be having on your campus or ideas that you may have so that we can steal and borrow from each other. So that's the beauty of this thing.
Yeah, any questions too? I feel like I spoke a mile a minute.
I do want to reiterate the website that you mentioned. I know we're on Boeing.com. So that you make sure you get those. But again, if you need extras, I'm going to take these to our Saturday event, the parent-student workshop, and give those out. I'm sure you can find these at Café College as well. Who did the T-shirt? Who had the T-shirt event at their school last year? Did you all do that last year? Did you do anything special? Yes.
I'm a retired counselor, so I just came back. We all are. We're all part-timing last year.
Well, there's a difference in the posters, I'll tell you that, and that way you have an idea that we really try to think of the audience. We got lots of feedback from counselors. This one is the larger, it's got the list of all the events. So to me, that's a little bit more like this goes in your Go Center. You know what I mean? So that everyone can see this. This one is very kid-centric. So it's make plans now, attend the events, and it's the college signing day, the college t-shirt day, and the Destination College Summit. So it lists all of those, the days and everything. And I also want to encourage, I know Roxanne and I have talked about this idea of maybe bringing even juniors to the college signing day event so that they can watch and visualize their future. So that's another piece is thinking about, do you want to bring freshmen, sophomores, juniors? And then this one is for parents. So start preparing your child for college today. So this is the elementary and the middle school nights. We also have this in Spanish. So if you need this in Spanish, let us know. And then this one is, show us where you're going. It's the college t-shirt day. Everybody get excited. Everybody wear this. We wanted to make that big. And then this one, the small one, is just like this. It's just in a smaller version, just sort of targeted. We also have a counselor one-pager that is 2 pages, really. I keep teasing them. I'm like, it's not a 1-pager, it's a 2-pager, but anyways, details. And it lists everything, like, are the events free? How do I get, things like that. So it's got a very detailed counselor one-pager, and we also have it all digitally. So if you go to the website, you can download everything. You could download a button for your websites so that you would immediately take the kids there. Like if you had a Go Center website, you could download that button and it would take them live to the website immediately. It's also got screensavers. So I know so many of you have computers and whatnot. If we have a destination college screensaver, you'll probably begin to see them at Café College in the next couple of days. So we've got everything that you can imagine and all of these folders in black and white so you can print them out and give them to entire classes if you wanted. So all of that is available digitally and it's all available in the kit too. So if you want hundreds of flyers and posters, we've got them. Don't feel like you're gonna burden us. I really just give me your card and I'm happy to give them.
So counselors and their assistants and college and career readiness staff can go into their Go Centers right now and put this on their screensaver so that when the students go in to use their computer, you can already have it there and it's gonna get in their brain and they'll be at all the activities.
So I have a question, and this is just, I don't know if some of the other counselors or some of the other folks listening are thinking about this, but it seems like an awfully large event.
Yes.
It's gonna take a lot of manpower. Do you need like additional volunteers? If staff are interested in helping, how do they get involved?
Yes, I would say the large events, so elementary and middle school night, we've gotten some great support from Teach for America, so thanks for SAISD for that, because those teachers are really seeing it as an opportunity to interact with parents, which is really wise. But that Thursday night, college signing day, just to give you context, we're gonna need 75 to 100 volunteers. So really, if you have anybody who is interested in working that event, it truly is, it's one of my favorite things to do in this city. So if you are interested in wanting to volunteer, we will have a volunteer orientation in the next 2 weeks. So please just contact me and I will make sure you get that information. And then the summit is such a huge event. I mean, it's a great opportunity to get in front of the students if you have any information to share with them too. So yes, we need a ton of volunteers. I know the partnership needs a ton of volunteers for the workshop sessions, making sure kids get to the classes and don't wander around the main campus and whatnot. So yes, we would love G-Force, especially for both of those days. It would be a great addition.
Hey, Marty,
Yeah.
can you send us or maybe send us and also post on the website the information on the training for the volunteers?
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'll send it out to Belinda, who can then send it to the group. But I'll also send it to you too. Yes.
And
Oh yeah, I did. Daryl raised a great point. Thank you. I'm apparently the worst rememberer of anything. We have an event actually this weekend, sort of the lead-in. We're doing these tours, virtual college tours, at Café College this weekend. The Harvard and Stanford clubs of San Antonio are hosting this at Café College. It's free. We've already got lots of kids signed up, so I really want to make sure you guys get some spots in there. But they're free events. I think it starts at 2 o'clock. I don't have the flyer right in front of me, but if you go to our website, the gentexsa.org website, you'll find it. I'll also send it to Belinda so she can circulate it. But it's a virtual tour this Saturday at Café College, Harvard and Stanford. They get to interact with a real student who's a San Antonio student who's going to both Harvard and Stanford, and then take an actual walking tour online of what those campuses look like. And then Thursday night, we're doing one at Geekdom, which is a really neat IT space for MIT. So the folks from MIT are going to do a walking virtual tour again, and you'll get to interact with a student via Skype who's going to MIT today and really talk to them and get a sense of, what's the experience like, why or why not. And then the following Saturday, we're hosting one with the WNBA star Marie Ferdinand, and it's for all the college athletes, high school athletes who are going to be college athletes. It's a group we had never thought of, but it's all those students that have signed already commitment letters with Oklahoma and UT and UTSA. How do they make that transition? And so Marie went to LSU, which, if you know anything about college basketball, it is the best college basketball program for women in the nation. So she is very frank about how difficult it was for her, the academics, but also just the social transition. So she's going to take us on a walking tour of LSU, but also talk about her experience. So if you know high school athletes that are going to be college athletes, let us know. I'm happy to come and share that material as well. I know all of you know those kids, and I really worry about their transition.
I know that this, you'll be sending out this information
Yes.
through us, But also, folks can also find this on the GenTX website, the
Absolutely.
calendar,
Absolutely.
and also, I guess, maybe at Café College as well as
Yep.
their calendar.
Exactly. It's everywhere. And on our Facebook and Twitter, we're constantly on Facebook pushing out information. It's a great source of information for students. We have found that to be very helpful.
Excuse me, I just want to clear. So they need to go to the, on that flyer, it says something, registration, so they register, and then they will go down to Café College, is that it?
Right. For the Clifton to College tours, the virtual tours, yes,
Yes.
absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And they don't have to register. We're just trying to get a count so that we make sure if we need to move our classroom, we can move to a larger classroom. Trying to keep it, intimate so that we can have a real interaction between students. But yes, we're doing everything, even for college signing day, you'll see that we're trying to push online registration so that we get true counts of kids.
Okay. Any other questions that we haven't, or anything that you're going to be doing to encourage your parents and students to come out to these events? Well, I do know that Harlandale joined us a little bit late, and because of technology issues, I wanted Daryl to, if you would, just mention again the conference that's going to be coming up at the end of March for those folks, and I'll work the PowerPoint.
Yeah, you could just put up the slide. Like I mentioned earlier this morning, UTSA is co-sponsoring an event with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute, Saturday, March the 31st, at the downtown campus from 8 to 3:30. And this is really a great opportunity for 9th and 10th grade students. It's also open to all high school students, really. And we're going to be talking about motivating our students, educating students, and empowering our students. And we're going to be bringing in some facilitators from DC. And we're also going to be having Congressman Charlie Gonzalez speak to the students about continuing their education. So it's a really neat program. It's all free. We will be providing breakfast and lunch for students. There are also going to be college panels for students to ask questions of current college students and other staff from UTSA who are going to be talking about the college experience, financial aid, housing, all those types of important things, so that students can get the information at an earlier time, which is why we're targeting the 9th and 10th graders. But like I mentioned, if you've got a junior or even a senior that is interested in getting more information, because we're really also talking about leadership opportunities for students, we would encourage you to let your students know and invite them all to the downtown campus. There's a flyer there, I don't know if you guys can see it. And I've sent that to Belinda, I believe she sent that out to you guys. If there is anybody that needs it, you can always ask Belinda or call myself at the P20 office, and we can get you information on that as well.
All right. I'm going to come on over here. And I do want to remind you all that as you came in, you should have picked up a survey. And I know that you all know the drill. We do this every month. But I do ask that you fill out number 1, and then as we finish, that you answer the other questions. It's very helpful to us as we are planning additional sessions. When we read these, for example, last month somebody said they wanted the information on transitional counseling. We talked about the training that was going to be going on in the Valley to help counselors be able to counsel students that may have had early college, high school, taken a lot of dual credit, and how that counseling is a little bit different than students that are first time in college, never had a college class, and they need all kinds of information. So the counseling that a student who has, over 30 hours is going to need is going to be a little bit different. And so I sent out information to those of you that attended last time, information on the transitional counseling, and I also included that information to Roxanne, to Samantha, and to Denise, so they can send that out to anyone. So your feedback is very, very important, so please share that. At this time, I want to go ahead and, if there are no other questions, I'm going to open it up to the student camera. If there are no other questions or comments, if any of our panel has any additional comments, and if there are any other questions, you can ask that now. If there's anything you want to share with each other, Irene, would you bring up your posters that you have there up here to the front? I want to show these posters, And we'll talk more about these type of things next month, but I do want to show these posters because if anybody wants to steal these, you can. And Roxanne is this is her brainchild.
This is her brainchild, yes, and these are
So
the
we're
ones that she's done. And what we do is, what Roxanne put together is one of these for every month, and we post them all around the high schools, and it's the top 10 list of things that should be, that seniors should be looking at this particular time, you know. Just what are the things that you should concentrate and focus on for the month of March and then for the month of April, but they're done throughout the year, and so they post them all over the school. Our students have an email address, and so, you know, that's one of the things that, of course, we always have on the poster. On the March one, for example, you know, making sure that they're registered for the AP exams. If they haven't submitted scholarship applications, or to continue submitting scholarship applications, notifying your counselor of college acceptance letters and awards, submitting your financial aid applications, you know, continue doing that. Compare financial aid packages and return to the colleges, you know, return those award letters, and start looking for summer jobs or paid internships, and know the difference between financial aid and grant awards versus loans. And then, of course, continue to visit college campuses. So this is just one sample, but this is something that Roxanne has done, and we have it at all of the high schools.
Okay. And I'm showing a little bit of that on our document camera as well, but this is a great idea, and some of the ideas that we hope that you all will be sharing with us, among other things, when we have the counselors up next month. Feel free to bring the great things that are working at your campus and other resources that you want to share with other counselors.
Hey, Belinda?
Yes.
We wanted to share a little bit about a couple of things that we're doing here in Harlandale. I have Denise Flores, one of our counselors from Harlandale High School.
Excellent.
Just wanted to let you know that last night we had a junior parent night. In the month of February and March, we held our individual conferences with the juniors as far as planning with them their post-secondary options. And this was just a follow-up to that conference, but with the parents' involvement. And we talked about subjects as far as what steps they should be doing their junior year, tips for parents and helping them, supporting them as far as making their college choices, the exploration that's involved. We talked about the financial aid resources, and so it was, and then also the resources in our campus. And it was a really successful night. We typed that in, and we invited some of the local colleges and also colleges in the region. And we were able to have a mini college fair. So we had a general session, and then we broke into a college fair, and we had over 30 representatives. And our parents really appreciated the information shared last night, and we had a lot of positive feedback. In April, we're having our third College Packing 101, and this program is designed to help our students transition from high school to college. We talk about things as far as the first 6 weeks of college, and we really break it down as far as information about the resources on campus for help, as well as looking at as far as adding drop-in classes, you know, that type of information, and also the adjustment issues, not only for the students but also for the parents. And so we talk about the whole transitional process, and we also offer dorm items. We asked our faculty to donate dorm items for our students because our students are generally low-income students, and they don't have the basic necessities necessary for that year of college. And so we inform the parents on the typical things that a college student needs when they're leaving home, and then we have a drawing for dorm prizes, and we have sheets, we have towels, we have toiletries, and so it's one of our favorite programs in the year.
Great. And if anybody wanted to see the agenda for that, is it College Packing 101?
Yes,
Is that what you meant? If anybody
Yes.
wanted to see the agenda for those programs, would you be willing to share that agenda?
Sure.
Great.
For
And-
$2.
For $2.
For $2.
We want to donate items. It'll cost you a set of sheets.
Yeah, if you could share that, that would be good, so those programs could be replicated across the city. If we're doing some great things at a specific school or particular school, we want that to be happening for all the kids of San Antonio all over if we can. And so thank you for sharing that. And how do we get in touch with you if we want to see that?
Harlandale High School, Maria Leslie is our head counselor.
Yay.
You can either email us or you can email Samantha and she'll go ahead and contact me and I'll go ahead and forward it to you.
Okay, that'd be great. And some of you may be doing similar things at your campuses that you would like to share. And again, I think next month would be a great time to share that when we have some of the counselors talking, and we'll really have an open dialogue. So be prepared to come with your great ideas and the great things that you're doing next time. We're going to go ahead and close our session. I do want to thank our panelists up here, Daryl Balderrama with the UTSA Office of P20 Initiatives and Mari Aguirre Rodriguez with GenTX. Thank you all for the great things that you're doing in San Antonio. Thank you for bringing it here and sharing it. And we're looking forward to, Daryl, the conference coming up and to College Week. Thank you so much.
Belinda.
Thank you all. We'll see you next month.
That's it.
Was there
Belinda.
another comment? Yes.
Yeah, I have Leticia Rodriguez, who's in charge of our Gear Up here in Harlandale.
Okay.
Just a sec. She wants to make a couple of comments.
Yes,
Okay,
I think I see my counterpart Annette in the corner over there for SASD.
Yeah.
And we just, as you know, SASD and Gear Up have teamed up to work with middle school students. This year we started with our 7th graders. We're going to follow them all the way to the freshman year. And SASD and Harlandale have been meeting. We had meetings before spring break with our college readiness coaches and everybody else on the team. And we had our first parent night last night at Terrell Wells Middle School. We had about 10%. We had about 10% of the population showing up, which was really good, and they were excited. So we just thought we'd let you know, and as we're talking about high school, getting high school kids ready, it's really also important that maybe we look at using these same initiatives at the middle school level. Because I see where you have the Saturday event, and it is for sophomores and juniors, but really, because our kids are low income, first generation, that they need to hear it 2 million times before they get to high school. So that we can maybe collaborate to do more of those things at the middle school level. When they get to high school, we'll be doing less remediation, less repeating it, and they will have heard it so many times. And the parents last night were really, really excited about it.
That's an excellent point. And I do want to remind you and say how happy that the UTSA Office of P20 Initiatives, Dr. Joseph Kulhanek, our colleague, is to be a part of that Gear Up grant as we have been in the past. And then also, although some of the events are open to high school students, we know that there's some events in College Week open to elementary and middle. And then the Saturday parent-student workshop that we do at the downtown campus happening this Saturday, that is open to parents and any student. So that is open to anyone. And you're right. The earlier we can plant those seeds so that they can start realizing that college is possible, the better. So thank you for the information. And again, we'll look forward to seeing all of you next month. Please share whatever information that you've gotten today with the folks on your campuses, with your colleagues, and also if any middle school folks who work with students and encouraging college, avid folks want to come to these sessions, they're always welcome. Please turn in your surveys and make sure you sign in. Thanks again to all the liaisons, and have a great week. Thank you.